Assalamu alaikum. We are with Special Assistant to Prime Minister and State Minister, Mr. Tahir Javed, who has come from US, who has been there as a successful entrepreneur, and he has joined as a state minister and special assistant to Prime Minister with high hopes to bring more investment to Pakistan. Thank you very much for joining us on PTV World, sir. My first question is about Pakistan's ranking in ease of doing business. Pakistan ranks 108th among 280 countries, economies. So what are the steps government taking to improve Pakistan's ranking on the index, sir?
Well, thank you very much for having me. Of course, we had issues in the past that the process of doing business was taking quite a bit time in Pakistan, and certain other areas where the litigation sometimes gets too far out. So that's why government took the initiative to work under a special SIFC, and all the different departments, including Prime Minister and Army Chief and so many other ministries, they put their efforts together and developing, which pretty much is done, new protocols where when investors will come here, especially the G2G investors, they will definitely have a rapidly one window operation, and they will give them exactly what they need to start the business, and that's not going to take pretty much any time anymore. So once these things will get into the play, which is not far from now, so you will see this rating will get better every single day, and inshallah will stand among the other countries in the neighboring countries, or the countries are our size.
As you have talked about SIFC, what is the response so far from the foreign investors?
The response is very good. Especially in the Middle East. They started with the Middle East, and as you know that the preference was to start with Saudi Arabia, UAE, GCC countries. So they all are very interested. They all are talking about different projects, and there are so much has already discussed. So all I can tell you today is that the level of interest Pakistan was expecting is better than that.
What are the steps government taking to attract local investors to invest inside Pakistan?
Let me explain you. Local investors always had interest to develop, put the new money into Pakistan. They only think otherwise when they see their ROIs not being measured right. So what was the two major problems in the recent months in the back? It was the dollar value. Dollar value was totally out of control, and the other thing was smuggling. Smuggling was putting direct impact on their the pricing and product, and sometimes the availability is so much, and sometimes you don't even have the product. So these two things, you realize that Army Chief took this initiative and asked all the security forces to act rightly and fix this problem, and then we have seen it, that is being fixed. And we have seen this the very first time in this country that the value on the street of dollar was less than the value in the bank. So we never have seen this thing before. So I believe that problems 95% plus they are being resolved. Other than that, what is the next other initiative? That's the special zones. Special zones offer them special offers, like you import your machineries and you're not paying any duties and tax on it. Even the developer, when they develop the special zone, they have the same facility to do so. So if you look at these offers in the special zone, and then you see all these other problems being fixed, I think this is a time for our local investors to come forward and reinvest new money in Pakistan.
In the past few years, we have seen more investment in our real estate sector. Is there any plan government undertaking to attract or to distribute this investment in other sectors as well?
We still have the need of the housing in this country, but somehow this attraction of investing in the real estate was sky high. But it doesn't put much of impact on the GDP, so that's why the government focuses on the other area. Yeah, these are the steps. Just what I explained you, that it's government's job to redirect the money and guide the people, guide the investor, then the industrialists, that which area they need to invest. So that's exactly what is government has taken the steps and identified different areas. Agriculture is one of them. Then minerals and mines is another one, and the IT sector. Then you know, when you have your directions set, and when you put them in the top priority of SIFC, and then provided them the different incentives, you will see the difference now. People will get into the industry, get into IT. IT is one of the area where local investor probably moving forward with, will put a lot of efforts and put a lot of money, and that will create the jobs, that will create the, the foreign exchange come into the country, and it also will make the difference in common people's life.
Well, you have already talked about IT sector, which has a lot of potential, and we can earn a lot of exchequer out of this sector. So what are, tangible steps the government is taking to attract foreign investment in this sector and to increase the exports?
Like I explained you that it's all in the top few categories where we wanted to want everybody to put their, What I personally believe my ministry will look into that, we'll find the matches. We will look outside, especially the Europe and America, where are the companies looking for the our local partners in the area, because Pakistan provides the cheapest labor in IT. There is no one in the world can match the prices. We have ready, trained people. All we really need to do is some areas to get their certifications. We're seriously looking into this, that how we can have a massive certifications done by these young IT experts. So right after that, we will be on the absolute parity to compete with, not even parity, we will be in a, in a better position to compete with other countries. And then you will see the difference, you will see our people. Now, what I believe, we will do a triangular approach, meaning there are big companies in United States, they can easily get the business from maybe some like Middle East and some other countries. We will complement to provide them the workforce who will sit in Pakistan and work for them. And this triangular approach will expedite our work, and we'll find these kids jobs very soon, inshallah. And that's just one area, by the way. Then we have software development, and so much, other areas so it's not just like a day-to-day business. We need to work. We have quite a bit. Companies in Pakistan already have done a good work in artificial intelligence and the software. It's our time as a government to hold hand and bring the opportunities to them, and we are determined that we will do that, and that will make a big difference.
There is a supplementary question when we talk about IT sector. There are a lot of Pakistani startups. So is there any specific plan for those startups?
Actually, what I just mentioned to you, the basic, the primary beneficiary will be those startups with this triangular approach, when we will tap into the big companies to do a JV with the small companies in Pakistan and take, like as a subsidy, not a subsidiary, as like a complement their work and get the job done low priced. I think all these startups will grow from there, and they will have rapid growth in their work.
When we talk about investment, are we expecting substantial investment from our friendly countries, especially when we talk about China, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and other friendly countries?
We definitely will see investment coming from Saudi Arabia, UAE, and GCC countries. Everything is in a serious conversation right now. So I am, as of right now, tapping into a new area is the funds. So I reached out to several funds myself in Europe and United States. Then the family trust. There are a bunch of family trusts. They invest into the areas, emerging economies. So these are the two areas I'm every day reaching out to so many different groups, and soon I have already some invitations from some of them to come and sit down and talk to us, and that would that'll open a lot of new avenues for us in the European and American market.
About SIFC, I would again pose a question. Do we have tangible results of after the formation of this council? Like how many pledges we have got so far? How many people are interested in investing in Pakistan?
I can tell you that there is a high level interest, and it's a G2G, and certain things are on a very last level where they are looking into. Actually, few things were almost ready to close, and then the last minute reviews. So you just wait, I would say maybe just a few weeks, and you will see the results of that.
Government is vigorously pursuing privatization of loss-making entities. What is the response of foreign investors in purchasing these entities or investing in these entities?
First part of your question, yes, government is not just looking into that. They have already executed PIA. I'm sure you have seen that, and that was one of the. They took it to the cabinet and got the approval. And now, the government is determined to do it so transparently. Right now they are inviting top-notch companies in the world who work only in this privatization and asset management areas. So they will, I think, just for the PIA, they sent this invitation to 16 different top companies of the world. So now these companies will send their letter of intent, and then from that spot onward. So it will take little time, because this is not a small business. You wanted to, make a transition. It's huge, and it's a public entities, and it has to be transparent. It has to be going through the due diligence process. It may take a little bit extra time, but the government has no intention to delay anything.
Well, as you have talked about PIA, what are other entities about which government is looking to privatize on the list?
As of right now, the last cabinet meeting, the only project was in front of us was the PIA. So that question, I'm sure if you speak to the privatization minister, he can guide you in this regard, that what else is in the, in the folder.
Okay. In your previous interviews, you also mentioned to attract US investors to Pakistan. And what is the status of that investment, and on that front, what you have so far?
There are three type of US investors I'm talking about. Diaspora is the lowest hanging fruit. They always like sitting abroad thinking for Pakistan. Their heart beat every time Pakistan is in need. So they still wanted to invest here. Whatever the circumstances, they always has the intention. The only thing is that everybody is sitting down waiting for this new, how they can see the, advantage in the SIFC's new guidelines. But at the same time, here at Board of Investment, we already started asking different industries that where existing businesses, if they want to do some expansion, what kind of injection they need from the capital side. we will put all these, we'll do this effort and we'll put all these projects together, and then we'll do the road show with the, we have a road show planned to go to United States in the collaboration with the USAID, and there we will not just the new investment, the new projects, we'll also put the shelf, ready projects where they can do the JVs with existing companies and expand their business, and so basically get quickly into the investment area instead of making the feasibilities and go. So my interest is to find something where we can immediately inject some money.
You have been a successful entrepreneur in US, and now you are serving as a special assistant to Prime Minister and State Minister, and you are on the helm of affairs. What difference do you see in doing business in US and in Pakistan?
There is quite a bit difference, because in US, as you said, ease of doing business list, probably US is going to be in the top few countries. That's what we need to reach to, where we really hold hand and encourage people and get their job done real quick, and make sure that investors, because every investor has different options in front of him. If we take longer time, then we'll lose some of them. So we need to cut this duration of starting business, and I think when this, I have a lot of hopes that the SIFC's protocol will encourage people to come and rethink Pakistan.
Thank you very much for joining us on PTV World, sir.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.